energy right here, bro.
The economy.
I gotta let this ride a little bit.
Keith, I'm sorry.
Where we at, baby?
Black on black Mercedes Benz, tattoo on my lady friends, Nipsey on they titties, more game than ESPN. I turn these hoes to lesbians, make her fuck her best of friends, get here for 1 hour, smoke the blunt and catch my second wind. I've been off my tour, but she probably just had sex with him. She's out of your possession. You cannot protect her.
Keith gonna beat me up. Nigga say I'm gonna pull over here and beat us up. Like
Titties. Big ass titties.
big ass motherfucking titties.
Big ass titties.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
What's the deal? Episode 60.
It only made sense, man.
It only made
episode,
sense
bro.
to start the 60th episode with Neighborhood Nip.
Honestly, I didn't really like that song got me through. That song got me across the stage. That was all of 2011. I played that shit legitimately every day going to campus.
2 fingers and a thumb.
Bro.
Bro, a degree.
Shit. Put that shit on the motherfucking t-shirt, goddammit.
Right. I don't know, man. This is a weird week. I guess it's only right that we start with Neighborhood Nip, the 60th episode. It's kind of like a real street culture episode, this one.
Well, you need somebody good to balance some of this shit the fuck out. Like,
you got to have somebody because the game has been fucked up this week, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and do introductions real quick if this is your first time. It's EJ, it's TJ.
what's happening? What's happening?
It's just a dope-ass show. Just a dope-ass podcast. Welcome.
It's dope ass shit. I also want to say, like, shout out to everybody in the gang, bro. Like, we just came off of like motherfucking showcase and shit. Like,
Yeah,
I really
man,
feel
first,
like
before we start getting into
I
this
do
shit,
really
man,
feel
shout
like we
out.
got the keys to the city a little bit. Like,
Shout out to the gang, man. Last weekend was good weekend. Showcase and pool party. Keith and Jackie and the team did it up real nice and amazing. Want to thank everybody. That was a great introduction. Like, that was our first time really getting to kick it with the whole team, and it was a real beautiful thing. Everybody was real dope and welcoming. I missed the pool party on Sunday, but
I ain't gonna lie to
Saturday was an event.
Look, bro, I don't got no excuse, y'all, bro. I was face down. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
like,
slumped.
Crown was like, "Hey, you wanted to party on Saturday, huh? You thought you still
Yeah,
had
I was
it.
grown. I was grown man drinking on that. Oh, yeah.
You thought you was somebody and sit down.
Yeah,
Sit down somewhere all day.
Sit down.
Yeah, all day.
Hold this hangover, nigga. Hold this hangover.
You thought you was.
Put me in that
Did you see?
headlock.
You saw Richard shit is on
Yeah,
Netflix?
come on, my nigga.
Bro, I was.
If that was eating on that pork. Should have been thinking about that. You eating all that pork. Nah, yeah, I definitely woke up Sunday. Was down bad. Oh man,
It was a trip. Like, I didn't even have like a headache or nothing. My body was
just
like,
your
you're
body,
tired.
your body. Yeah, I was.
you were
It was an
fatigued.
old. It
Yeah.
wasn't a hangover from the liquor. It was a hangover
Nah, bro,
from my
it was like
age.
you were fatigued.
Yeah, exactly. You are exhausted, sir. This is exhaustion at its best. So Sunday, I was like, it's impossible for a nigga to get up and think he gonna go get in some water, like do the most exhausting exercise.
Oh no, I was there in spirit. I watched everybody's story. I was like, wow, they look like
Oh,
they
yeah.
having so much fun, bro.
I was watching stories and liking pictures. Y'all all look great and amazing. Great and amazing. But nah, definitely shout out to all of the team. Thank you to Keith. Thank you to Jackie, man. It was welcoming. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah, shout out to whatever like special ops team got Mark his bag back. Cause
Yeah, I don't know who. They sent the Navy SEALs to get Mark his bag.
yeah, bro.
I don't know what Mark had in that bag.
It's important stuff in the bag.
I can't.
Important. I can't stress enough. In the bag, important stuff in the bag. There's a bag of important stuff that it's important.
That's the point.
Nigga, I thought it was like nuclear codes in a motherfucking bag.
He had the launch codes in there. For some reason, Mark has the launch codes to the nuclear warheads all over the world. Mark has the launch codes, and he decided to bring them to the Good News event. Like, that's what was in the bag. Mark knows. This nigga knows where. He knows where the bodies are buried, ladies and gentlemen. In that
cool.
bag was the answer to who shot JFK. It was where is Hoffa buried.
He was Mark, the one nigga in the CIA was like, do I really have to, have it connected to my wrist? I really got to like.
Can I just put it in a Nike
I
bag?
can put it in a backpack. Okay, we've been doing this suitcase thing with the handcuffs. Come on, just let me put it in the backpack. It'll be fine, I promise.
He knows where Edward Snowden is. He knows it all. The answers are in Mark's
I talked to
bag.
Tupac yesterday, guys. I can't get it out of here. You know, can't have that
Tupac's got the flu.
Yeah, I can't have that information out.
Yeah, but no, definitely shout out to everybody.
Yeah, good vibes, good energy, good people, good news, nigga. Like,
Yeah, I was nervous, man, because you don't know these motherfuckers, man. People be weirdos and shit. So it's like, you know, I was like, all else fails, I'll just hang out with TJ and Crazy Maria and shit. Like, I know them and I fucks with them. But then everybody turned out to be cool. I was like, whew, this is a good deal. I'm all right.
Yeah, it is a uncanny collection of cool people. I'm not even gassing.
Yeah, it's rare to get that many cool motherfuckers. It's like, it's very rare to get that collection of motherfuckers. Because when he's like, yo, we got this many shows, I'm like, somebody in here got to be like a piece of shit. Like, somebody here I'm not going to like. I'm going to like deeply not like. And then it's kind of like, Keith is like.
Spiritual level.
Yeah, on a spiritual level. I'm not going to like you personally. And then Keith is like, nah, man, we make sure we handpick everybody. And I'm like, that's cool. There's always some asshole that slides through the cracks.
Shit like that let me know that, like, me and Keith are kindred spirits on how much we don't fuck with people. Like, I think
it's either that or we're the assholes. Like, Keith has gotten it right all the way
yeah.
until us.
That could be it, too.
Yeah, we might be the fuck-ups.
That's cool.
We might possibly be the fuck-ups. Just stand by for that one, you guys. We might only make it to episode 67. Who knows?
Like, yeah. I mean, you know, I'm waiting. Like, you know, cancel. We just
wait, no, Keith to be like, I made a mistake, y'all.
Keith could be listening like, oh, I did a thing.
I fucked up.
What'd he say? Oh, they both said it. Oh, I did a thing.
I thought the Holocaust joke was gonna get us, but it didn't. The Holocaust joke didn't get it, so I was like, oh yeah, we good. I feel
like that was a good move. I feel like if you lead in with Holocaust, like if you set the bar at Holocaust joke,
it's all downhill.
Yeah, like what's the worst thing? What's the worst thing they could do from there?
Yeah, Columbine wasn't really like no. I didn't finish that because I don't want that to be a soundbite. It's just like somebody takes that one thing and 10 years later.
Creative now, so I'm just waiting on it.
How do you feel about the idea? I seen Charlamagne point this out. We're going to get to it. The title of this episode is going to be Snitching versus Telling, because I really want to get to the fact that the hip-hop world has been flipped upside down by Teriyaki 6ix9ine. This nigga told on everybody, but we're going to get to that.
Daniel got up there and was like, everybody did
it. Everybody going to die. Pew, pew. Mm-hmm. Everybody going to die tonight. No, cancel culture, man, this is something that I also want to touch on because it's something that's interesting to me, man. One thing I'm really super excited about is the return of Eddie Murphy. I am over the fucking moon about the return of Eddie fucking Murphy. Nice. I feel like Charlie passed and God bless the dead. That made Eddie realize that this shit you have to do. Not like even in a funny way, but it was like I think Eddie realized like, damn, I'm not immortal. Like I think Charlie passing gave Eddie a reminder of his mortality. And I think that shit made Eddie go, I got to go back out here and do this. Like, let me do it while I can do it. Charlie picked up and did it when he was 40-some-odd years old because it was that great. And I left it when I was 20-something. Let me go back and do this.
I didn't even think about it like that. I always look at it now like, I like that take on it because I always look at it like you have the Daves and, like, still the Bill Burrs and, like, you have the old guard who just are, like, and usually this is said in a bad way, like the old people, like they can't, change, but it's just the old niggas like, no, nigga, I can take up my sword one last time and I'ma just swing, motherfucker, like I'ma go, like.
But you have to look at it, bro. His brother toured while having cancer. His brother toured while dying. Paul Mooney has dementia. They had to take him off tour. I don't know if people know that. Paul Mooney officially has dementia, and like he had to be pulled off tour. Like they had to tell him, like, nigga, you can't remember your jokes. Paul Mooney was going to be like, motherfuckers, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about today. Ronald Reagan got shot today, niggas. And like,
honestly, that might be a funny show. Like
Paul Mooney with dementia. Honestly, that's so fucked up.
I might pay money to watch the Paul Mooney dementia show, as long as he doesn't just like go catatonic. But if he just gonna say shit,
not right now. I wouldn't do it now. Not that the Richard Pryor shit has dropped. With they said Paul Mooney fucked Richard's son.
I heard that. I don't know where to go from that. I just,
I'm just saying, like, that's cancel culture back again, though. Like, the same guy that we talked about, like, that does this from the old guard, that does shit to the death. They're like, that I guess that's kind of my point, is that niggas, they will cancel you. And, like, we looking at shit about how people say things. Eddie Murphy was the same man that said he went to San Francisco and the faggots was on the car. He said, the faggots heard what I said in the first special and they was looking for me in San Francisco. He said I got landed at the airport and a police car pulled up. It was roo, 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 roo. He said it wasn't even a siren. It was a real faggot on the top. He said it was a real faggot on the roof going woo, 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 woo. Like, that joke is some shit that if somebody pulls that shit up now, like, I just dropped the F-bomb 3 times. We might get canceled because I just dropped the F-bomb 3 times. And it's kind of like, why am I saying F-bomb? I just said faggot 3 times. And it's kind of like, in context, that's like, I'm censoring myself, and I think that's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this cancel shit is a bit weird to me. Like, I clearly don't think anybody should be able to get away with just saying like heinous, hateful shit.
I think people should turn off their stations.
That's what I'm getting to. Like, I think it's a bit bathed in like super sensitivity and shit. So it's not like.
Is it that, or is it entitlement?
Might be both.
Go ahead. Let me explain. Tell me why you think that is super sensitivity.
Like entitlement might kind of like, it all kind of like bleeds into each other. I don't think it's just one thing.
Because do you remember a time when everything wasn't for everybody?
Yes.
You didn't like gay stuff, so you didn't watch gay stuff. If you didn't like pork, you just didn't eat pork. If you didn't like if you didn't like drinking, you just didn't go to bars. Like, now niggas be like, I want to go to a bar, but I don't drink, and I just don't want anybody to get really drunk around me because I don't drink. Because my mother was an alcoholic, and I still should be able to go out and have fun because I'm a woman and I don't like wearing bras and I want to dance. And you're like, holy fuck, I'm going to get drunk in my living room.
Yeah, I think it's like the same thing over like, it's just people. There has to be like a balance with shit. I think the pendulum at one point was, you know, hella homophobic, xenophobic, autophobics. So, like, what was that shit you said before? Like, it was very exclusive jokes. Like, it was very shitting on. It was a whole bunch of shitting on people. And now the whole culture is like swung the other way. Like, you have to be mad inclusive. You have to think about everybody's shit.
You have to be over inclusive. Like, I hate POC. I hate that term.
Yeah, like
it's fucking. I know I'm getting canceled by the end of this episode.
I don't think so. Like, I mean, I guess that's another thing to me. Like, I think you can only get canceled if you really, really give a fuck. Like Dave Chappelle, like with Dave Chappelle shit, I think it's not even like the jokes were amazingly funny, which I think they're funny, but
hilarious.
Just the idea.
He got a fucking 0% on Rotten Tomatoes,
but
from the critics.
It was 6 critics, and they were like picked critics. Yeah,
yes.
See shit like that. Like, yeah. I think now that, like, because Joe Rogan said it, and I might be like fucking up the whole point he was getting to, but it was just like, you kind of like those 6, this minority are getting blown up, like their voices
becoming them.
Yeah, which is like I said, like with the pendulums, like these people got overlooked, so now we're giving their voice a bit more power, and it's not like, and you can't say it's wrong because they've been like,
it's like voice reparations.
Yeah, it's just like a weird thing of people trying, like, we just happen to feel like be in the figure it out space of.
But I think that's why
really
we keep being left in fucked
not.
up spots. We're gonna get back to the fact that, like, you have to make your brand cancel proof, because I did have a point on that. But I think we're giving that comes with the like anti-bullying and the whole like equality. Me and my lady get into a lot of arguments about this because in reality, when I look at it, I'm basically a fucking capitalist. Like, I don't have the full capitalist manifesto memorized, but I take a lot of principles from capitalism. And she's really wanting like the sharing of the wealth and equality, and if we'll never be billionaires. And I'm like, you got me fucked up. If we get this Howard Stern money, she's like, I'm gonna give money away. And I'm like, if I come home and it's $100 million missing, I'm going to jail. And it's just like this weird.
I split the middle between the two of you.
And I still do. Like, after I stop for a second, like but that's how I know what my heart is. Like, my heart is, or my head is capitalism. Mm-hmm. My heart is like equality and equity and sharing and philanthropy.
That's
and stuff.
A good balance.
But like my head, so when they meet at my mouth, my brain is closer to my mouth than my heart is. So my brain comes out first. And my brain's like, bitch, you throwing my money away. And then my heart stops and goes, you don't need $1 billion. So it's just like it beats, like my brain beats my before my heart comes. So she knows to wait 5 seconds. She doesn't even respond. She'll say something, and then I'll be like, what the fuck? You can't get her money away. And she'll just be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then, like, give my heart a chance to catch. And then I'll be like, oh, that's, yeah. But it's just, I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. But I'm going to get back to this really quick. Your brand not being cancel proof. I seen Dave. I see Dave, but I seen 50 Cent talking about this. The idea that he's like, I'm just not susceptible to cancel. Like, I don't give a fuck. Yep. So it's like, I guess that's kind of us. Like, when I look at, even with the station, like, I look at the landscape of the station, we're kind of just the wild, like, people from other shows come on there, like, everybody's talking at once. And I'm like, yeah, that's just kind of how it works. It's Animal House. Like, survival of the fittest, nigga. They dropped us in the jungle and we came out with new outfits. This is how it works. But to me, that is because I like the idea of, like, get your point, like, get your point across. Almost it's not soft and it's not prepared for you. It's like you really have to speak up. You have to say what you mean and let your point be heard. Yeah, it's barbershop talk, like to the fullest. And I guess it's just because we came up in those jungles that we understand that. And I'm like, you're not gonna, like, I just can't be canceled. Like, I just don't give a fuck enough about, I guess I've been broke before and I don't need that much money to where I got to worry about, oh, they're going to cancel me and that these people are going to stop. Like, I fucks with it. I get it. Like,
I mean, I think
the
it's
gay
that.
people run everything. That's cool. But I still just find this funny.
I think it's that. And I think it's just like there's examples of people who, like clearly, even this show, like we initially, this started off of like us talking about hip hop culture and just how that has impacted us. And you look at that and it's like certain people are just like, yo, bro, like I am who I am. And not that I'm immune to change or anything like that, but I'm also not going to let the outside environment like have too much of a say on how I interact and how I move. So you look at artists or you look at, like we said, Dave, like if people come in or even somebody who is way across the board like a fucking Corey Holcomb or somebody, it's just if I come in the game and I'm like, this is my truth and I'm determined to make my living or make whatever off of my truth. So I'm going to play to those that fuck with it. If you are on the outside and you fuck with it and you want to tell me something, cool. And I'll digest it and I might make an adjustment, but I'm not going to play to the masses. Like the same shit Charlamagne says, like 3 gonna like it, 3 not gonna fuck with it, 4 gonna be in the middle. I'm only gonna really fucking focus on my 3.
To me, I think that it depends on stuff. Like when I hear my father's damn near 60. When I hear my father say somebody was retarded, I don't get offended because I know my father came up in the fucking 60s and 70s and 80s where you was really mental retardation was the medical terminology for it. Like he's clinically retarded. Like that was so I don't expect my father to be like, oh, I work with special needs kids. Her daughter is special needs. What the fuck ever the situation is. Mm-hmm. I expect my son to go, little retarded boy, get your ass. And I don't find, to me, it's like, this is what you taught me, America. This is what you taught me. This is what I learned, and to some degree, we always have to learn better. Don't get me wrong. We have to learn better. But if somebody has a Freudian slip or if they're not always correct in what they do, like I grew up in an era where it was okay to describe things you didn't like as gay. Like you remember when you used to be like, that's gay. Yeah. Like gay ass, like somebody scored a touchdown on you in Madden that was a bullshit play. You be like, nigga, that's gay.
Somebody did a joke. I want to say, and his name is fucking Mud now though, but I want to say it was a Louis C.K. joke. Yeah. And it was something along the lines that like shit was gay, not gay homosexual. It was like, yeah, nigga, that's gay.
Nigga, that's gay. Like I grew up in that era, so if somebody, like, it's just natural to be like, nigga, that's gay. Or like I had the worst habit, and this is a terrible, terrible thing. Like you guys have to. I don't like the word because to me it's like the gay nigger, but like faggot. I would just say that to people. Like, do you remember me in college? Like, when somebody would just do something, I wouldn't even give them a whole statement. Yeah, I wouldn't even give them a whole statement. I'd just be like, faggot. Like, somebody be like, oh, man, I can't go. I got to go do this or I got to go see my girl. I'd just be like, faggot. And just, that would be the whole statement. That's the whole fucking conversation. That's just what you are. Right now, that's just period. I don't care what you're doing, what you got to go do. Come on, me and TJ finna go to the store. Ray be like, oh, I got to go see V, faggot. You like, God damn, that's just like, and I would just leave it there and walk out. Yeah. And Ray, it didn't mean nothing. Like, it was just like, oh, whatever.
But yeah, and I think, I don't know, sometimes, and I know this sounds like, it's not even like giving a pass. Like, if you are of a community that's offensive and clearly, like, even with us, like, being more involved with people in the homosexual community, I was like, okay, cool. Like, that's a fucked up term. I'm off that bet. And sometimes I feel like, at the same time, like, I'm clearly not super champion white folks, but I think people, if you're gonna do like what I'm saying to you, like where you said faggot, and after a while you have to give people a bit. I think sometimes people just are like, you need to change that shit right now. Mm-hmm. Like, it took you years to kind of go, all right, man, like, I was saying fucked up shit at 20, cool. So sometimes I feel like people might have this idea that you're saying, but might not use it the same way towards us. Like, that white person said nigger. I'd be like, I just like to have the idea that if you're gonna be equal and letting people grow, like, you have to give people the ability to grow. I'm not giving people like the opt out. If you're a piece of shit, I don't know. I feel like people you
It
can
takes
tell
more than
who's a
one.
shithead
Yeah.
and who's like you just don't know. And let me
You
give
just
you the
got
opportunity.
fucked up learning. So before
Yeah.
I knock your goddamn teeth down your throat, let me teach you. So and I know black people are so tired of teaching, and like that's just my whole thing.
I'm
It's
tired
like,
of it too. I be
I-
trying to like, because I say this to myself. Sometimes when I say shit, even on here, it's some shit I got to tell myself. Like, all right, bro, I know Connor is not a piece of shit.
So don't cancel Connor. Just Connor has to.
Yeah, like like I try to be equal in my judgment of cancel culture. Like if I'm not gonna cancel you, then I have to kind of give that same light to somebody else in a culture that when they say some shit that might be offensive to me.
In any aspect of my life, I try not to let singular events be things that I cancel people on. So even if you're just a racist, even if you somebody who stink, I don't give a fuck what the situation is. Like I'm gonna give you more than one chance to come around me
I'm
stinking.
gonna let you
before.
wash your ass.
Yeah,
man, all
like
right?
I'm gonna be like, oh, like she stunk the other night, but you know, I don't know where she just came from. So I'm gonna wait. Now, if I see you 4 or 5 times in a row and you stink every time, I'm gonna be like, this bitch stink.
That depends though, because I'm adult enough to know. I know the difference between like you smell.
No,
and you
I
stink.
didn't say that. I didn't
Yeah.
say that. I
Like-
said stink, and I know I know the difference between the smell and the stink. What I'm saying is, bitch stink.
Wow.
That sometimes you just be like, this bitch stink. Not, and I get it. Like sometimes you're
I'm
around a
trying to
white
think.
person and they say some shit, you be like, you just ignorant. You just ignorant. You just ignorant. After so many times of ignorance, you go, bitch, you racist.
I'm trying to think, because I'd be like, all right, like that
I'm not
smells
just
bad.
gonna say you stink right away, but bitch, after you stink a couple times, you racist.
Yeah, but see, my thing is like I'm still stuck on stink and smell, because I was like, you might have ran up the stairs or something from your car.
Let me tell you something.
When
Not
you stink,
not
you
smelling like perfume is something different than you stink.
Yeah, because you
I know when
stink,
you just
it's
smell like a person. I don't mind you smelling like a person. I quite frankly enjoy when I can't be around a person if I don't like how they smell as a person, because that's
Yeah.
just your natural body scent. That's something different.
Yeah, she
But if
was
you
like, she
stink,
jogging, like,
if you stink,
stank is boy.
not you just brought the groceries in the house
Yeah.
and it's summertime. You didn't just bring the groceries in June. You didn't shower on Friday night and it's Saturday morning.
Oh, you stank.
Yeah, you ain't seen no water since Thursday.
You might be going through something though.
Yeah,
You
like,
could- you might have been.
but still, you stank though.
Yeah.
But like,
Nah, you-
I understand what somebody stank. You gotta smell like that more than once for me to be like, you stink.
Yeah.
To me, I'm not
I
just
dig it.
canceling people off one statement. Right now, it's just so quick. People be so quick to cancel. Cancel them. And H&M gave
mine-
niggas debate this week. Oh, H&M gave
Oh, yeah,
niggas
they,
debate.
yeah, they got him with that.
Oh,
That was-
H&M was like, hey, they posted that little black girl with her hair undone, and black people was quick to be like, cancel
I
H&M
wonder
again.
if H&M was
again.
like, what if H&M did that shit on purpose?
They
Like,
did, bro, and that's why they double back. Did you see the statement that they issued where H&M says we all like to capture our kids in natural environments?
Bro,
So what
as
we
soon
do
as
is
I
we
saw
have
that-
all of our child models come after they leave school, and them niggas had a ginger white girl, a Mexican
I saw
girl,
the pictures. I
a
was
Scottish
like,
girl.
bro,
I don't know
shit.
what a Scottish person looked like, but she looked like it.
Hey man, Disney told
A
me they had
Canadian
red hair
nigga,
and shit.
and they just all had just wild hair like they just came from school, and I was like, ooh, ooh. H&M just got you.
H&M was,
like
like that. You came here to judge us. You came here to judge us on our ad, but we got all types of dirty kids. Fuck y'all. Like,
Ooh. Like that.
yeah, H&M had that shit.
H&M fucked them niggas
H&M
up
had
with
that
that
shit in
one.
the chamber, nigga.
They
was
did.
ready.
H&M was like, we gonna get you. H&M been plotting that for months. Like, how can we
Yeah.
get the black community back? H&M for the past 4 months has not been combing their models' hair just to be able to get you niggas back, because they knew y'all was gonna be so quick to try to cancel
They had-
Haitian, Feish, and Marsh.
It was
Niggas don't
a-
even know what H&M
It
stand
was a
for.
underground plot to get all the dirty ass. You
Come
know what?
on, man.
That's what was in Mark's bag.
Yeah,
Mark
that's
had
what was
the-
in Mark's
Mark had
bag was the
dirty
plan.
kid
phase.
plans in his bag. And he didn't want it to come out before the news
Oh
dropped.
shit. H&M got you niggas. They was quick to go to Twitter. They responded to a regular chick. She didn't even have a verified account.
They was
it was
waiting.
just a regular
Yeah, bro. They-
woman. It was just a regular black woman that had enough followers. They
Yep.
waited for her to get 1,000 likes on her comment. They was like, bitch,
Gotcha,
we got
bitch."
pictures from all kind of kids with nappy hair. Ho,
No, they jumped her ass.
this
That
little
shit
white
was
bitch
dead.
edge is fucked up too. Figure that out.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, we got
Get
dirty
you
ass
some of
kids.
that.
We got dirty ass kids for everywhere. nigga.
Everywhere. Cancel us now.
Yeah, they wasn't fucking around.
They laughed in them weird German voices. How do German people laugh? I don't know.
999.
Nine. They sound like nine.
Oh, what's
Fine,
happening? What's
fine,
happening,
fine.
Diddy? What's good, bro?
What was that? Diddy Gomez.
Diddy. What it do,
What up, Diddy? What it do, Diddy? Nah, man, but yeah, that cancel culture shit is just kind of real to me. I mean, it's real, but it's not real. I think it's real if you like cancel culture to me is like Freddy Krueger, like that shit. Which one of them niggas come in your dreams? Like if you scared them,
that was Freddy Krueger. Right?
Yeah, I think that's cancel culture.
Yeah,
like cancel culture is really Freddy Krueger. Like if you believe in that shit, the more you believe in it, the stronger the effects of it get. If you just don't believe in that shit, you're completely immune to it. And I'm just kind of like, I don't feel like believing in it. Like if I had the time to, I would. No, but I'm trying to get this money, so I can't afford for niggas to stop my jokes or stop me from like giving good content to the people because I'm worried about what somebody gonna say. Yeah, I would just prefer that like, one person or those 12 gay people or whatever it is, the one white person, the 7 gays, the whatever, like whatever group of people is boycotting me. Just get it over with. And
all of that. Like I respect comedy too, and I respect that like a lot of times, even me personally, like and fucking us, like in comedy, there's been a lot of like comedy like, oh shit, I laughed. And now after we laugh for 30 minutes, we talk for 2 hours because what that motherfucker said. So I'm not going to.
Comedy is not to, and that's what I think people are failing to realize. People who have voices should not be the end-all, be-all to discourse that you have about things. They should just be what sparks the conversation.
Yes, you should be open to adverse opinions because that's kind of how you get that's how shit has happened. Our whole existence here is an adverse opinion.
Yeah, like. Exactly. Like, that's just how it works. And it's just like, if you don't have that ripple, like, that's the ripple effect. Once you do that, it starts a whole effect that puts things in place that we have to discuss and then look at it and then figure it out and try to work it out for the best possible way. If we just keep going with these blinders on, then motherfucker, we just gonna be in this same goddamn spot.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Somebody got to come break the system and fuck all this shit up. And anytime you hear somebody speak about a system, they never speak about change anymore. Now he's like, blow this shit up and let's start all the fuck over. And I think that's how you do a lot of that shit. I don't understand where these ideas of normacy and what's ordinary came from for a nigga to be willing to cancel somebody. First off, nigga, it's no such thing as ordinary or normal. We always have to, we always have to evolve. So ideas of things have to change. If you canceling a nigga because he don't agree with your old idea of shit, then you might want to look at yourself because clearly you're not progressing. Like, that's just my whole thing. I don't understand that shit. Y'all don't want gay people to get married, but then y'all want bitches to show cleavage. No. Y'all want to be old and archaic, make them bitches covered up their ankles. So now gay people just keep it all to how it was in 1960. Y'all be wanting to have 1960 with GTA edits and add-ins and shit. Fuck that.
Wow.
That's not how it works, my nigga. You can't upgrade the 60s. You got to let that shit go and come into 2019, and then you can let gay people get married and see bitches eat burgers and bikinis on Carl's Jr. ads. Like, I just don't understand how this shit works, though. I'm just choosing not to believe in cancel culture no more. Like, for a while, I was very like on my like, if I fuck up, just correct me or help me out. And we even had people do that, DM like the Instagram and be like, hey, you guys said this and it was offensive. And it's kind of like, okay, I'm not gonna apologize though. I decided a long time ago I'm not apologizing for shit I'm saying on this shit. But yeah, that's that. Speaking of cancel culture though, the big story in hip hop, of course, is Teriyaki 6ix9ine. Tekashi
I got
6ix9ine.
no more. I don't know. I've exhausted all the blicky sticky jokes. That boy.
Nah, this is real trouble now. Yeah, I wouldn't even feel comfortable because he's really in jail, so I can't make like.
Oh no, I could. I just ran out of them.
Nah. When the situations get real, I'm not gonna do that.
I got a hard time feeling bad for him though, but yeah,
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Because if I was in jail facing 25 years and somebody made a joke about like my situation, I would want you to go kill their mama. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you up. I would be like, TJ, kill somebody in this nigga family right now.
Oh no,
like,
I understand. He
overly sensitive about it.
Oh yeah, I understand he'd be sensitive about it. Just it is what it is. Like
no, it definitely is. You know, I just try to give niggas the consideration I want because it's just, I don't know. Because if I fuck around and I'm locked up for some shit and I beat my case and I'm going back to jail because I'm gonna shoot your son in the face. Like, I'm gonna do something crazy. I just don't think you should kick certain people while they're down. Like, I just don't.
I'm not saying you should, but I'm just already waiting. Like, at some point when this explodes and like good news
I'm
is
just
like
joking.
Oh yeah, when good news is like punching the fuck out of like, you know, the Beat and Power 106 and all them niggas, and be like, those motherfuckers, and I'd be like, I'm gonna get in my helicopter like, you right, bitch, you motherfucking right, bye.
I'm just talking shit. I think that nigga's getting a lot of what's deserved. All right, so did you listen to?
I listened to that shit you sent me.
All right, that's one thing. One thing. We'll get to that. We will get to it. Snitching versus telling inevitably is where I want to go with this. Yeah. But I just want to give some background on Tekashi 6ix9ine.
We're talking about
Daniel Hernandez.
We're talking about Daniel Hernandez.
Daniel's who's snitching. We need to get background on Tekashi though, Because what Tekashi did. First, let me stop playing. What Tekashi 6ix9ine did set up for Daniel snitching.
You got way more, like, because I didn't pay attention. Like, I heard you talk about it. I didn't listen to his
Well,
music.
I always have the lowdown on shit like this. So let's get to it. Tekashi 6ix9ine.
I'm excited.
So before Tekashi was actually the rapper that we know him to be, Tekashi was more of a rock rap kind of guy. So he started in about 2014.
Fucking like screamo for hip hop.
Yeah, exactly. He was the screaming hip hop shit. Essentially what he was still doing, but it was just more not with the guns and like the blickies and the stickies. It was no gang shit. It was just screaming about stuff. So he started that in 24 and he traveled like a lot of Europe and Russia and all of this shit, right? And so he said he traveled for a long time and he only made about $2,000, but he said he got a lot of promo. And he said, so came back and him and his best friend have a conversation in the summer of 2017. He said the way he started rapping in the first place, he was working in a grocery store and some random dude just walked in and was like, hey man, you rap? He was like, nah. He was like, you should. You look like a rapper. And just walked out.
Okay.
But the dude made music though. And so he said eventually I kept talking to the guy and I just started making music after that. And so that's how he started making music. And then 2017, he ends up signing to the record label with him and Trippie Redd on the same label. He decides to, him and Trippie, it was jealousy or whatever, supposedly. They go back. And so he then decides he's going to make Gunmo, the diss record towards Trippie Redd. That's the, niggas sticky, niggas got the blicky,
Okay.
sticky. That's the first song. That's really the sticky with
Nigga,
the blicky
when I
song.
tell you, I've never listened past that part.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the background of that song was.
Yeah.
I learned something today.
So that that was the beginning of the whole situation. So it was that happened. But that song, he went to some. I'm sorry, man. I keep kicking your foot. Is that your foot?
Nah.
Okay. I was gonna say that's gay because nobody else in the room. Two men touch each other, nobody else in the room is gay.
So I gave us 3-way. It's okay. If it's a 3-way.
I've never heard that. But yeah, basically my nigga, he ran to the gang members and was like, yo, can I do this video in y'all hood? They did the video in the hood, and so that shit blew the fuck up overnight. Gummo becomes an overnight success, and so the gang members is like, yo, this little nigga know what he doing. Tell that little nigga to keep in touch. So he keeps in touch with the gang members, and eventually he films a second song, Kuda. Kuda was another rapper that he liked and thought was dope, so he named the song after him. But when they did it, it was the gang shit again. It's the one that was in the subway. What was it? The whole clique full of killers. I'm a fucking killer too. Shots, nigga. Everybody again. It was the second single he released. The 6ix9ine this and 6ix9ine that. Niggas on my dick and on my yap. Looking for me, you could hit my jack. I done dropped my address. I know what 6ix9ine at. It was that song.
Yikes.
So, which all that's fact. Nigga really did drop his address. But, so he recorded that, did that, and eventually it all snowballs. It goes bad at the point of finding out basically that he's going to get caught up in the indictments. He gets caught. He gets to find it. So basically, well, what happened was inside the gang itself, because he's not involved in gang politics, they're just extorting him for the most part. Everybody using their money. He's still eating, but they getting their money off of him or whatever. So one nigga in the gang, one group of niggas in the gang is like, yo, we started extorting him first. He's ours to extort. Another group of niggas is like, nah, he's ours to extort. The second group of niggas who wanted to extort him, which was Shotty and them, was stronger than the first niggas. So they kicked them first niggas out. Because from what they saying, Shotty a real nigga. Like, Shotty really a real, like...
Clearly.
Like, no, bombs away to Afghanistan ass nigga. Like, he's really somebody not to be played with. And so... they say that the nigga Shotty basically like, get these other niggas out of here. But the other niggas happen to be the niggas who end up coming back and kidnapping him. Those is the niggas who kidnapped him is the first group of niggas who was extorting him. Okay. And then Shotty kind of took a stronger hold on him and was like, this nigga's mine now. Completely. Give a fuck.
It sounded like he was ready for prison before he got there.
No. Shotty a 37-year-old nigga. Like,
I'm talking about 6. Just passed around. There it was. You can continue.
But nah, yeah, it was just a fucked up situation. And then so that leads to him rolling with Shotty and shit. But when you rolling with Shotty, like, Shotty got enough hood got enough muscle to push the niggas that's even in his own hood out. But you got to understand, that means he's higher up in the hood. That means that when he starts getting indicted for shit, you're not getting indicted for little shit no more. He's a higher up in his hood. Shotty a 38-year-old man. People forget that. Niggas thought Shotty was some 25-year-old nigga who was popping shit for a 21-year-old nigga. Shotty damn near 40. He's a real, like, nigga in his hood who's put in work and did bids and did 10 years and came back, and like he's really a nigga that's done that. So that leads to basically where 6ix9ine gets picked up the first time. He starts to find out certain shit. Shotty fucking with his baby moms, little shit. But then he gets picked up by the feds before he gets arrested. And the feds tell him, like, look, we got somebody on wiretap saying you need to be super duper duper violated. Stay with me. I know that's the term. But I don't know if you remember on the show back when Super Duper Violated came out, we discussed it because they did not say who was the person on those transcripts. Stay with me though. So that's why they picked Tekashi up the first time, like 2 or 3 days before he got arrested. We actually swooped up in the feds thing. They picked him up to be like, yo, you can snitch and we'll protect you because these niggas even talking about murdering you. And so he was like, nah, I'm good. Treyway, or whatever it was. So he gets out. He does. It may have been more than 2 days. It might have been like that 2 weeks. He was rolling around with the private security niggas and the ghost team security. So after that, that's literally what them niggas is called. Is God, I think them niggas is called Ghost Squad Security or Ghost Team Security. But it's like one nigga who runs it. Yeah, them niggas is actually really, or like Shadow Squad. It's one of them groups like that. Some shit like that where it's in the dark, ghouls and goblins. But some Halloween shit. I don't know. But so that's like that 2 weeks he was rolling around with them niggas. Then he gets swooped up when they decide to come down with indictment. So they swoop him up as a witness or a part of the indictments or whatever. And so now he's in jail. Now that's when we fast forward to where we are now with him snitching and telling everything now. But it all basically comes down to he starts to find out when you're in the feds, they like, all right, cool, let's play all this shit we brought to you and told you we had, that we told you they was going to do some shit to your ass. You ain't want to fuck with us, so now you with them caught up in this shit, and you just going to double back and fuck with us anyway. So they replay the court, they play the transcripts of the recording. They released the transcripts of the recording. Then they released the actual recording of somebody saying that Tekashi needs to be super duper violated. The person who was on record saying that Tekashi needs to be super duper violated is no other than Sir Jim Jones. Jim Jones from Love and Hip Hop. Jim Jones from Dipset. Jim Jones, the New York rapper. Jim Jones, Chrissy's boyfriend for you reality TV bitches. It is him. Jim is on the line with the man that has been labeled as the godfather of the Blood Gang, Treyway. And he's basically explaining to him that Tekashi needs to be violated, blah, 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 blah. I say all of that to say, I can give y'all the connection about what Jim is to the guy, but that's a whole different story for another day. I say all that to say this. If you find out all of that, is it snitching or is it telling? And what's the difference in which is for who?
I mean, I kind of have like the...
And y'all can feel free to call in 323-900-0478. Again, 323-900-0478. Give us a call and give us your opinions on this. Is it snitching or telling?
I'm kicking Kyrie out the chat. Kyrie said he's a bottom bitch. That's it, folks. I'm going home.
Hey, nah, Kyrie finna get unfollowed because Kyrie and the memes. He post that meme of like all these light-skinned niggas. I was like, what the fuck is this on my time? What the fuck is this shit? Trying to be supportive of other niggas on the station. Kyrie putting dicks on my timeline. Fuck is wrong with you, man? Keep that shit on your story or something.
Oh yeah. Kyrie do be putting like, it'd be like Jet Magazine for dick. Like.
Yeah. Niggas in waterfalls and showers and dreadlocks. What the fuck, man? Scrolling through this shit with my son. He like, who's this fucking naked man, daddy?
Kyrie be like, nigga, I'm in the mood. All you motherfuckers in the mood with me, all right? Nah, but
just be gaying up my timeline. just gonna bottom all over my timeline, nigga. Fuck, be considerate, nigga. Damn.
Fuck was I even saying? I think I listened to fucking I don't know why the fuck it was just there, so I was looking. But no, I was listening to T.I. shit, like the Expeditiously, which is a really good podcast. Y'all go
yeah, that's kind of where I got this from. This is pre-T.I. snitching though.
Yeah, T.I.'s shit's kind of dope. But they were kind of saying, and I kind of fall in line with what they say, like it's you know, like it's snitching. Oh, the nigga said like I'm telling, but like it's to me it's snitching when you decide to live that lifestyle. Like when you decide like I'm gonna sign up and there are different rules and regulations that you live by when you in the life. If you're not in the life,
what is the life? Like let's we always throw this broad ass
Nigga,
fucking blanket
when you
over.
That's not like when you in the streets, when you gang bang, when you decide to interact in that lifestyle, nigga. I'm now dedicated to shooting niggas.
But see, this is what
robbing,
niggas gotta
selling,
understand
stealing.
though.
I'm a street nigga. I'm
being
a thug,
a gang,
I'm a gangster.
no,
Nigga.
that's the difference. To me, being a gang member, like being a gangster and being a criminal, is two different things.
Those are.
That's two different things.
Yeah.
And I think we keep lumping this shit in with if you live the life of going to jail, if you live the life of running against the law.
Oh no, if you
then
a
you
gangster,
deserve
you have.
So
Yeah.
we have like for certain niggas they not gangsters, and
I
even
mean-
if it is like, I know certain gangsters that don't sell dope.
Yeah.
Niggas just really be like, I'll rob anybody, but I'm not selling no dope.
Yeah. I mean, you have specific like you have specific job duties, but
You got
the rule-
specific job
Yeah,
duties.
you know, like we all work at the motherfucking county, nigga. But you might be a social worker. I'm a county clerk this month, but my thing is like you all have like okay when you're in whatever like mental health, everybody follows HIPAA laws like regardless of where the fuck you. So
Got you.
when you are a gangster nigga, whether you rob, whether you sell dope, whether you just a flat out shooter, you all have the rules regulated. Nigga, we don't snitch. Like if we
To me,
all
that's different though.
Our gangster ass niggas.
To me, like if you sell dope, if you a drug dealer, you just literally give people dope and they give you money.
so
you
now
ain't
it's
tryna
based
shoot
on
nobody.
your particular offense.
I think it's what you sign. I think when niggas say you signed up for, I just think they think if you run in the law, like if you run a risk of the law, then that's something you signed up for.
I don't know, like if you doing credit
When
card
people be like,
scams,
if
I
you
don't know
live
a
that
gangster.
life, yeah, like that's what I'm saying. People be like, oh, if you live that life, they be like, nigga, you like I understand what y'all saying, but you be like, hold on, bro.
Well, no, not just
I
literally
do
breaking
credit card
the law.
scams, and
Yeah.
that nigga's a murderer.
Yeah.
Y'all pick me up for my credit card scams and ask me about a murder.
Well, no, not like
Like, no, nigga, that's not the life.
fucking who is it? Like I wouldn't expect fucking Charles Manson, them type of niggas. Them niggas don't live by like a code. But if you are, I don't even want to. I can't even say organized crime. But if you are, what the fuck, community based crime? Like,
Let me tell you something, man. I sell weed. I sell a lot. This is hypothetical. I sell weed. I sell a lot of weed. If I'm with my cousin who's a murderer and it just hey, cuz, you need to tell. You tell on yourself, because if not, I'm going to tell. Like, I'm not going to hold you up. Nigga pull me in the car and be like, look, your cousin done committed 8 murders in this car. And I'm like, oh, no. Oh, whoa. 8 murders.
I feel like
I sell weed. Whoa. You did 8 murders? Hey, man, you need to tell him I ain't had nothing to do with that.
I feel like also
Or a
snitching-
nigga got a gun in the car, got 8 bodies on it. I'm just a regular little dope dealer. Nigga, no, whoa,
Well,
bruh.
no, I feel
whoa.
like I know, like even that was discussed in there. Like you gotta for your crime, you take your lick. But I feel like a crime. If you and me do a crime,
But
together,
that's what I'm saying, though, bruh. That's to me, that's Tekashi's situation. Ain't nobody telling Tekashi. Ain't nobody went in there and been like he wasn't a part of nothing on record. Like that's my whole point. He shouldn't even be in a position to snitch.
Well, Tekashi shit to me is there's more than just snitching. It's stupid all across the board.
I understand, bro, but this is my point. Ain't nobody trying to charge Denzel for the niggas he shot in Training Day.
Yeah, but Denzel didn't come out like Denzel. Like that's a
Okay,
bit
so
of a
how about
different
this?
situation.
Stop.
Though, but yeah,
Let's stop. Let's do this.
Okay.
Nobody trying to charge Franklin from Snowfall for what he did. Nobody, right?
No, that's not, but isn't that just like that's a show, like a little acting show?
But he learned everything that he did on that show from Dub C, who's a real ass gangster.
Mm-hmm.
But why we not? Dub C got that shit from a real place. Dub C really done shot niggas, robbed niggas, stole dope, and did all that, and then taught this nigga how to act it out. So why we not arresting him?
Because that's an actor doing shit in fictional life. I think.
What has Tekashi done in real life?
I don't know.
He's acted out a bunch of gangster shit.
But that's his. But see, my thing with Tekashi is, bro, Tekashi didn't go on set. Tekashi went out here like, I'm living this lifestyle.
No, he did go on set when the fucking. That's why we have videos. That's why we have Instagram. That's literally the camera coming on.
But also, I mean, like, I get that. I get that point. But also, like, when I don't know, I should know the actor's name who's on Snowfall, but it doesn't matter. When he leaves set, that nigga goes, gets in his nice whatever car, and goes to his house.
When did
Tekashi
you
was.
see? Okay, do you see him when he leaves set?
I don't know.
No. Do you? No, you do know if you see him. When
I
he
don't
leaves
see
set.
him when he leaves.
Okay,
set.
so do you see Tekashi after while he's not being a rapper? When he's off Instagram, when do you see Tekashi in his personal life?
I don't see Tekashi.
When do you see any of these niggas in their personal life?
My thing is still Tekashi is interacting with these people in a way that puts you in a bind, nigga. Like, if you out and about with these motherfuckers while they doing this shit, you put yourself in a bad spot. I'm not saying the nigga did or didn't do shit, but he put himself in this position. I have a hard time feeling bad for Tekashi because it's like, bro, you made it way bigger than music. I'm just not
for it, like, oh, you was around some niggas when they did some shit, so you know all about it. No, because I hang around a lot of niggas who do a lot of shit, and what they know is you don't do that shit around me.
But you still make that a point. But you're also not I don't know. I don't think Tekashi was also.
I'm not a Daniel Hernandez type nigga. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's still a, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know if intricacies is the right word in this, but like, yeah, there's things that he did that put him in a weird space where he got himself fucked up. Like, you are not that dude. So you put yourself in a position where you might not be the nigga who was like slanging dope. I don't know what he did or did not do, but he also made himself a nigga, man, sit your bitch ass in the car while I go in here and handle this. So now nobody would ever, you'd be like, oh bro, like we don't have to fight about that. Like we gonna have to I'm not sitting in this car. That's the difference between like you and him. So therefore that situation does not happen to you. Mm-hmm. So like from just like looking at the facts, if I'm looking at the facts and not just having my own, that nigga dumb, I'm like, yeah, like, it sucks for the kid, but also I'm not torn up like, God damn, they're fucking doing Tekashi wrong. I'll be like, bitch, you should have stayed your punk ass at home. You shouldn't have been out here talking shit, saying I'm a whatever motherfucking blood Treyway and all that shit. And in hip hop, you don't have to do that. I just watched Chance talk about Jesus. Fucking Kanye dropping
no.
Yes, you could be whatever. You didn't have to do that. You didn't. You could have been.
You don't, but that's just like a nigga saying you don't have to act out and be a typecasted actor. To me, I'm tired of niggas. I'm tired of hip hop not being an art form anymore. Hip hop is always life imitating art instead of art imitating life. And to me, that's the problem. Is that in anything else, you can be art imitating life.
Yeah.
Hip hop always has to be life imitating. I mean, like, it's not that, bro. Sometimes niggas don't really live this and then showing it in hip hop. Sometimes niggas is just.
I mean, I feel like it's like
sometimes niggas like Lil Tecca. You know who Lil Tecca is?
I've heard of him.
The little rapper from Canada. They showed that nigga on TV. He said, "Oh no, I don't have any ops."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I've never seen a Glock."
But that's
he said, "No, I've never been in a private jet." He don't know. This nigga live in an apartment with his mother in Canada.
Perfect.
But his album sold 60,000 units the first week, and the only thing he talk about is guns and shooting ops.
But I think in his defense, when that nigga gets in front, he's like, "Bro, I'm just saying shit." So he's still to a certain degree. He bullshitting in his music, but he's still living his truth.
But
I'm just
saying,
saying.
Jesus did it too, though. Slim Jesus did it before Tekashi 6ix9ine, and we ripped him apart. So that made the next nigga go, not only do I have to say it, I have to act like I'm living it too.
That's the problem being first. The first nigga always got to take the L. That happens. I mean, it's not a justification, but it just is what it is. Like, Tekashi still could have came out and been like, I'm just rapping about this shit, and I'm rapping really good. And in the age of, like, the internet, he'd have still got a following. He wouldn't have been the fucking superstar that I guess he was at the time, but you didn't have to do that. Like, you could have easily just been like I just refuse to say, like, in a world, like I said, where, like, Chances exist and Kanye's exist and
those are anomalies. And I think those are for certain people. I don't think Chance and Kanye are going to live where they're going to live. And then Chance is going to end up being somebody that we're going to throw in the trash, though. So, like, we have to let that go. Chance is not going to live in hip-hop for very much longer. Chance is not. Guys like Chance and Russ and those, they don't live in hip-hop very long. So let's stop using those guys as hip-hop examples. I don't want to hear Post Malone, Chance, or Russ used as hip-hop examples or rap examples because they're not. They are not. They are not. They are not. They are not. Chance, Russ, Kyle.
What makes them not hip-hop examples, though?
They're R&B, bro. They're Bruno Mars with a little bit more bass.
So what makes Future different?
Future contextual. You show me what's graffiti, breakdancing, MCing, or like any of those hip hop elements about Chance the Rapper or them. And let's not forget, rhyming words in melody was around long before hip hop was. That's where R&B comes from. Yeah. So you show me any elements of hip hop in any Chance the Rapper, Kyle, or any of these guys, except for Bruno Mars when he's with Cardi B and they're re-imitating the Fresh Prince. You show me any elements of hip hop in them.
If that's the case, we kind of have to throw away a good majority of hip hop now because the way the art form is like progressed, it's a lot of sing-songy, rappy / rap bars. Like Chance does have songs where he's literally rapping, but now it's almost like personal preference, like how you like your songs to be concocted. Because if we're looking for like flat out MC bars, if we're looking for like a fucking, I don't know, rhapsody amongst everybody, not a lot of people do that.
No, I don't think it's an absolute rhapsody among some people, but I think again we're blurring the lines too much of a rapper who does a melodic song and a melodic person or an R&B artist who does a rap song. That's where we have to stop. We're allowing things to have. It's not a two-way street. It doesn't go that way.
Mm-hmm.
Some people can go this way, but even when you go this way, you have to go back around to come back around. We don't in hip hop. We don't even allow rappers to make too many sing-songy songs and then just come right back, double back, and do a U-turn down the street. No, that nigga got to make the block and come all the way back around with another hip hop song. My problem is you niggas that's sing-songy niggas who make one hip hop song. You're not hip hop all of a sudden. That wasn't your hip hop credential. That doesn't get you to go, I do melodic stuff that's on the border, and then I did this one thing that tipped me over into hip hop. No, and we have to stop doing that, and that's what Chance and those guys do. You don't get to do that. If you're what happens is you get a guy like Kyle do a bunch of sing-songy songs, and then he do one song with 2 Chainz that he put on the radio, and then all of a sudden we look at Kyle as a melodic rapper. No, he's not. He's an R&B guy who did one Trigger Trey song. We don't let Trey Songz come back. We don't hear Trigger Trey and be like, oh, Trey Songz is a rapper. No, he's an R&B singer. True. We hear Chris Brown rap. He's an R&B singer still. He just rapped on this song. Let's stop acting like Chance is some anomaly.
I don't want to hear Black Tie ever.
But yeah. Exactly, Black Tie. Chance is a fucking R&B singer, a Kurt Franklin ass nigga who did just like Kurt Franklin did. GP, are you with me? That did not make him a rapper and not a gospel singer. That made that nigga a gospel singer who did a rap like song.
Kirk Franklin ass nigga is the bar of bars.
So that to me, that's just always my stance on these things. That's why they're not hip hop. They're R&B niggas who made one song that sounded rap ish. That's it.
I can rock with that. Because now I'm trying to figure out we having because the conversation now is about
how Tekashi could have been a rapper without using gang shit or certain elements of street.
Okay, cool.
Or that.
There we
Chance
go.
is not a rapper, so let's not eliminate those guys from saying.
Who's another?
You have to give me somebody that's a real rapper and
Joey Badass, and he's from New York. A lot of the New York the New York niggas actually got to think about like. A lot of the ASAP niggas, I don't consider like
Ferg and
Ferg.
Even though Ferg talk about like struggle, he don't talk about gang shit.
He talks about his lifestyle. But I'm not looking for Ferg when I think whatever, and I'm definitely not looking for like Rocky when he says that shit. But they are. But New
my
York
thing is like when this kind of this gangster rap hip hop shit started with reality raps. It started with cruising down the street in my 6'4", jocking, slapping up.
Put me there, nigga. Like put me in where you at.
So if this is the reality of some people. How are we not allowing the reality rap to exist for these people? It's essentially we taking a voice away for the niggas that's cruising down the street in they 6'4s now.
I would never take anybody's reality away. The idea with him is that wasn't his reality.
But for some niggas, they would say that wasn't Eazy-E or that might have been Eazy-E, but that wasn't Dr. Dre's or Ice Cube who was actually writing Eazy-E's lyrics. That wasn't his reality either. You know some real OG niggas in the streets that will tell you that Ice Cube wasn't.
And that was a big thing. That was the thing. Ice Cube. That's the thing you have to take. Like,
but I'm saying hip hop is rooted in somebody else seeing the story and writing it down for the gangster.
But you got to present yourself like when the
Ice Cube ain't never presented himself as a nigga who just wrote what he observed.
And Ice Cube was the first nigga to have to take that L. You know what I'm saying? Like people did get I ain't gonna say they got in Ice Cube's ass. He
got knocked out in traffic.
Hey. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's
allegedly,
that.
Like, Ice Cube allegedly got knocked out in traffic, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Ice Cube did have to take mad. Like, I remember there was, shit in his book and in mad interviews, shit, like, Marcus Carty was like, he was fucking hot about this thing. Like, this nigga's like, make good-ass music, but that nigga didn't live that life. Like, he had to really deal with that, like, you know, in whatever shit.
And I also think that's a by comparison thing. Like, I think a nigga like Monster Cody who chopped off niggas' arms and body parts, I think he's a nigga that's like, if you didn't chop off somebody's arms and body parts,
his version,
even if you just shot a couple niggas, he's still like, nigga, what? Fuck that shit. Any nigga could use a gun.
Yeah,
he's just different.
Yeah, you could have dropped that nigga in like Sparta, he'd been fine.
Yeah, so it's different when you hear him. But when I hear a nigga like Lonzo who started the World Class Wrecking Crew, a nigga that wore shiny shirts and makeup, when I hear him be like, Ice Cube wasn't no motherfucking gangster.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good kid. He wasn't no motherfucking gangster.
Yeah.
And I've met Lonzo. He's an asshole. It's like, I just want to say that he's an asshole.
That's I feel like nobody enjoys that part enough in the movie. Like, no, you got it. That's the best fucking. I don't give a fuck about.
You got it.
I know niggas had amazing, performances, great actors, this, that, and the third, portrayed the story. When that nigga turned around and said, I rewind that shit every fucking time that shit's on. I might even finish the movie, but I will watch that one part at least 6 fucking times.
All right, Lonzo, you got it. No, you got it.
Nigga, you got it. and the fucking Jerry curl get to swinging and shit. Oh my god, that shit is funny.
Let me tell you something. The spot that the nigga, this is a huge sidebar. 3 generations of my family have partied at that club. My mother told me that my grandfather caught her in Eve After Dark. And before I did this podcast shit, I did stand-up comedy. I did a stand-up comedy show. I did 2 shows actually at Eve After Dark. 3 generations of my family partied at the same place Dr. Dre got his career started. I just want to say that. On Avalon and El Segundo, right next to the gas station.
Niggas got the juice,
from the
bro.
El Pollo logo. That's how I know I'm destined to be a star, because I always touch the places that the old stars touch.
Nigga, they get the juice.
But yeah, no, I just think that you have a hard time really trying to do the reality core, like reality raps, core hip hop that people of a certain demographic care about. In reality, he said it. He said, I just did it because I knew people wanted to hear this. He was like, this how I wasn't going to be able to cross over in America. And he said, so I did it for that. But in reality, that's like a nigga saying, I stopped wanting to do foreign films and I want to start doing American films, in my opinion.
I mean, like, I understand why he did it. And, like, for me, like, it does make sense in a way of, like, if I'm looking at it business-wise, I want to get booming. I want to get popping. But to me, it's like you get white hot, but you fuck around and fizzle out. Like, you know, like we say, like, everybody's not a Drake. And when I look at, I always like bringing it back home. Like, when you look at, like, a Boogie, like, everybody know Boogie background, you know Boogie blood and this, that, and third. But when I listen to Boogie's music, I'm not even remotely listening for that. Like, I'm listening for a real interaction. Like, I've been depressed. I've been, you know, I've had a bad day.
I just think Boogie does it well. Like, when Boogie's like, on Silent Ride, where he said, trying to get the feature. I was throwing up the beat while I was trying to get JB shit. Who am I?
Yeah. Like, he tells his,
he
tells his story, but even that's not like the banner of like, this is who he is. Like, he's like, bro, I'm rapping bars about
nigga, his cover is a fucking funeral with a red
like
casket.
that is eye catching, but like in his music, when I listen to it, I'm not really signed up. Like, when I listen to YG, like,
I think you have an immunity to it. I think YG is just so punk. Like,
but that's what I mean. Like,
Boogie smells of the hood, YG stinks of the hood. Does that like how we just gave that analogy of smell versus stink? Boogie smells of the hood, YG stinks of the hood.
It's kind of like that, but it's just like when I listen to, how do I say, like, when I listen to his music, it's not like, listen to my hood shit and my hood tale. It's like, I'm talking to you more introspectively. Like, I understand that you might not be from the hood, but you've experienced like sadness, you've experienced happiness, you've experienced love. So it's like,
my feelings. Let me show you what action caused me to be able to correlate with you.
Yeah, and like I'm correlating that to, like, I'm sure when he started out, he probably was like, yo, bro, like, 'cause, you know, he was on, what the fuck was that song with him and Game? Like, he's experienced, like, oh, I can get a banger and I can do whatever. But he chose to be like, this is my art form. And I know that, like, watching him and watching, like, Desi and shit, like, I can have my audience and I will be successful. I think you kind of take, like we've said before, motherfuckers want to be famous or don't want to be, like, flat out, like, successful rich. Like, you take the Tekashi route when you just are so focused on getting booming, and you might want to be, I could be patient and, like, okay, but take it away from hip hop. Like, I was watching, I don't know, like, wild Shia LaBeouf kick. Like,
hey,
nigga,
that's weird. Me too,
bro.
What was he on this week? That, like, I just
he was like, I saw it. He just did a fucking shit with a Hot Ones.
Yeah, where he was like, this show is real.
Yeah, but like, I've been like kind of paying attention.
That
like,
made me fall down a rabbit hole of him as well.
Yeah, like I got like, for a while, like, I've always, like, he's a great actor. Even when, like, I liked a lot of the Transformers, even though some of them, like, whatever. But, you know, his career, he's had his dips and downs, his ups and this and that and third. So I know, like, what's that fucking movie? Like, the Peanut Butter Falcon shit's coming out, which looks good, and, like, Honey something. Anyways, whatever. And he has that fucking, like, art shit on Slauson, which I actually kind of want to stop by that shit.
Here we go. You want to go after we leave here?
Yeah, I might, yeah, because that shit look dope. Anyways, what I'm saying is a motherfucker like that, just movie-wise, to me, he's having such a wild uptick because he's like, you know what? I've done the blockbuster shit that sold out, but I'm going to focus on, like, my art. So I feel like at some point it's like, you can do your art. You might be a little impatient, but you can do your art and, like, not have to do the bullshit. That's the only thing with Tekashi. Like, I feel bad for his situation, but I always look back at it like,
but we just said that the guy toured for 3 years doing his art without the bullshit and
patience. Like, you, like, it sound like I'm like you know me, nigga. I'm very simple with this. Like, I understand it's difficult, but you got to be patient. Like, nigga, we could have got up here and been like, Welcome to EJ and TJ show. We're talking about fucking tiddlywinks, and we might be on we'd have been on fucking Good Morning America.
I understand, but like, what am I waiting for? Like, we had an idea what we was waiting for. For some motherfuckers, they don't know what they waiting for.
Then you need to figure it out. It's not.
You know, I always tell you that it's a lot easier how you say shit than what it really, really is.
I don't think.
Like, we always go, just do it.
My thing is
say it,
but that's my my philosophy.
Just feel it.
I'm not saying it's not easy.
It's like,
my philosophy is simple. It is simple, but it is very, very hard. I understand that it is a hardship to it.
But to me,
nigga,
I was
explaining
to somebody this week that nigga, sometimes we be asking people to master unknown unknowns.
I think
it's some shit that these niggas, that people in this world don't even know that they don't know. But that we be asking them to master.
I'm not asking you to master it. I'm asking you have to put yourself in a space to be able to learn the unknown. If you are, I need to do this, then you know, and this is in my mind. This is sounding way more complex than it should. I know I need to do this, and I know I need to do it that way. So you're already excluding the unknown unknowns because your mind is so focused on this one aspect. You don't even have the ability to take a step back. Because you're not going to know these unknown unknowns until you put yourself in a space to receive that information. You got to kind of sit the fuck down somewhere. That comes with patience and like a bit of quietness. If you're too focused on this is my goal to get there,
no,
you're
I
gonna
think
miss
unknown
things.
unknowns are more times than not things that are offered to us.
Even that.
Or things that someone sparks for us. So to me, that's why somebody randomly bringing you this gang shit, it just looks like something that can make you more money. It's unknown to you, even the identity of this culture in reality, but it's brought to you as something that could make you more money. So you go, okay, I'll fuck with it. But then what you don't know about this thing that you don't know is that it has these real life perils, and it's this easy to get caught up in the RICO, and it's this easy to get these things. I think it's easy to always be like, yo, you know, gang members do gang stuff, but a lot of niggas always tell you, I joined the gang because I wanted a family. I joined gang because I wanted this. I didn't know that it was niggas in my hood that raped niggas and raped bitches and raped and sold dope to kids. I didn't know these things. Some niggas really be like, I seen 4 niggas always on my corner hanging out every day together. And I just wanted to be able to hang out with 4 niggas and I had to be by myself. Some niggas really don't know. And I'm not even going to hold you up, bro. Some niggas really don't know. Some niggas don't even understand the power of a street gang. Like, if some niggas just knew what their local gang members had access to within a gang, they would call the police. Swear to God, they will call the police.
That I understand.
When I listen to my friends who are local gang members, little niggas who I think is little niggas, and they be like, nigga, we got a grenade. Mm-hmm. What? You got a what? We got a grenade. No.
I just had it like
but
that's I'm pulling that story back.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's no. I don't know.
But why they got and I've heard stories where you niggas be like, they got things that you just be like, no, my uncle used to have I don't know. It was no way that you should have been able to get that as a civilian. Some niggas don't know that niggas in their hood got that. I've been a nigga who's had friends, like my real life homeboys, and they be like, nigga, we just got these. Mm-hmm. How did you even have access to those? So for some niggas, bro, they do join a gang not knowing that the gang has access to this and is over here doing this, or even know like a kilo of heroin. And some niggas be like, heroin come in kilos?
That makes sense, and I understand that completely from those who are in the gang, like what you just said, like I'm in the gang, I need a family. I'm in the gang because I'm in here. I don't, you know way more than me, but with his, it's like, the gang is a money ploy.
Let me tell you something, bro. I'm going to tell you this one right now. I wouldn't invite any nigga that we found on this Just a Dope Ass Productions shit. It's certain shit he would never know about me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I feel like Tekashi is one of those niggas that, like, he was found by some real niggas for this. He was found for Treyway Entertainment, but that don't mean you know about 9 Trey the gang. You hang around some niggas that do this, bro. But TJ, if niggas swooped you up for how many gang members you hang around in a week, you would get life. If niggas swooped you up for how many gang members at your grandma's house, you would get life.
I don't know. His situation, I have a hard time.
You don't know shit about what none of them doing.
Nope. You
don't do none of the activities with them. You fuck with them in a certain capacity. They still your niggas and you love them to death.
Is that his thing though? Like the capacity he fucked with him or made it perceived like he fucked with him?
Have you ever been somewhere with one of your uncles that gangbang and somebody showed you some respect you wouldn't have got on your own?
Absolutely.
Did you not just benefit from all the shit that this nigga just did in the streets?
Okay, but that's a little different.
I don't think so.
You don't think so, but like
TJ, you've been places with your pops, and the shit that your pops has done has carried over to make niggas be like, hey man, you want some free food?
I mean, no, I understand the power of like respect and whatever, but like him, I just feel like you put yourself.
But you just
in a
never
lane.
asked how your pops got that respect, bro. You never stopped to be like, yo, pop, why these niggas give you free shit? And even if you did, he probably just didn't tell you. This niggas, people just so happen to might have told him like, oh nah, I just did some shit back in the day. Whoa, word. Okay.
But see, even in those scenarios, like I understand those, but like even with him, like those are people who I guess I don't know. These are my loved ones. These are my friends. These are people that wouldn't necessarily but I'm saying they wouldn't put me in a spot. I feel like if it was like, oh shit, we all going down, they'd be like, get him the fuck out of here. With him, I don't feel like he did that with people who were like was really in his zone. Like he was always a fucking. He was a bag.
And I guess that's what brings me to the snitching versus telling point. If you was that nigga and the niggas that was around you is not doing their part and being like, yo, who says he didn't do his part? Who says he wasn't the rapper that just did his part as a rapper, and it's now time for the gang members to do their part and be like, that nigga was just a rapper. Just how they were saying in all the tap calls and everything. Why you not saying that to the feds now? Why you won't go in there and be like, that nigga was a rapper. He don't know shit. He can't tell on me. You try to indict me based off the shit he said. I fucked.
We can definitely go back to them because like
that is my point. You putting this nigga in a position to snitch. If you walk in there and go, he ain't do shit, this all on me, figure out how the fuck I did it.
Oh no, on this whole thing, I've always looked at like the rappers and street niggas like, where was your like street nigga?
Where was your street compass? Your street
where
acumen?
was your street nigga acumen to go? We shouldn't have.
We always
want
to put this on Tekashi, bro. You street niggas that knew Tekashi was a rat and all. Why? Where's you niggas street acumen? How come y'all don't know y'all homeboy that come home and throw a party and get all the bitches? How y'all didn't know he was a rat when y'all seen him?
My thing is, you knew he was a rat when you got him. Like here's the thing. Like
that'd be my thing. Street niggas always want to pass it off as this. Bro, I love this nigga. I did this for him and he ratted. No, you picked a rat.
You knew he was a bitch nigga when you got him. You knew you was gonna exploit him. You knew you was gonna extort him. So you should have known from jump. This is not the motherfucker.
So that's my whole point, bro. Is that for me? I don't look at what Tekashi doing to snitching. I look at him as a civilian who telling. He a civilian who telling. You put any civilian around some real ass gang members, and tell that nigga that you have every bit of protection that these gang members offer. You get every bit of respect that these gang members offer. You show me how many civilians is really, 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 really gonna go, I'm good. No, I don't want nothing to do with this. Most niggas gonna be like, wait, what? If I just walk up and be like, hey, I know Suge Knight, I can get into Playhouse.
Are these civilians though?
Bro, niggas who just are pedestrian of black culture. I feel like if you pedestrian of black culture, you know who Suge Knight is. You pedestrian of black culture, you know who Top Dog is. You pedestrian of black culture, you know who Jay Prince is.
I guess like I'm always looking through like our lens because if a nigga comes up and offers me, hey man, we're gonna give you this, I know on the back end, why are y'all giving me this? Like I know y'all want something out of this.
No, you think the fair exchange is just your talent. Niggas think talent is enough of a fair exchange. People do not realize that they are the ones. I know people always hear the story of selling your soul and selling their life. In my opinion, I just don't think niggas be thinking. They always think like, oh no, they just want my talent. Like I got talent, so they don't need my life. They just want my talent. So I don't have to sell my soul to these people because I have talent.
I guess like my thing, and I know this might sound like, and I'm not trying to sound like arrogant or anything, but how many times do you have that? Because we've watched like half the people we've talked about here, we've watched that story unfold. At what point do you go, hey man, let me just take like not even just say fuck this shit, but you take a step back and go, maybe I should just like think, can I get like 2 days?
If that was the case, we wouldn't have the crack epidemic. We wouldn't have the opioid epidemic.
Oh, clearly.
We wouldn't have any epidemics that happened because people seen other people do something and fail and then didn't think they had the immunity to it. TJ, that is the way of humanity. I see you fail from it. That is exactly why you bumped your head in life some of the same exact ways your father bumped his head. You want to know why? Because he taught you about it. He said, TJ, don't do this because you're going to end up bumping into this. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do it. And you still did it. That is how life works. That is why athletes can see other athletes before them go broke 3 to 4 years after leaving the league and still spend how they seen those guys spend. Still live how they seen those guys live. That is how this works. Is that everybody feels they have an immunity to the situation they just seen the next person go through because you're stronger than them. You're smarter than them. So you can see the situation better than them. Everybody just gives themselves too much credit.
So it's just like a bunch of hubris.
If that's what you want to label it, that's fine. To me, I just think it's a whole bunch of human experience. A whole bunch of human experiences to think you have all
is supposed to help you to evolve, though.
But even with your evolution, that doesn't mean you fully encompass or fully understand the idea of what you're up against. That doesn't fully know that doesn't mean you fully know what's challenging you. Just because evolution takes place, that does not mean you are fully at the match of whatever you are competing against.
Yeah, I mean, no.
As human beings, we have evolved. That don't mean we still as strong as a gorilla yet.
Oh, no, not like that. But what you're saying, even still, like, how do I say, you have to make certain adjustments. I have bumped my head in ways my father has, but there are also bumps I'll never take. Like, I know
that's fine.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, when I look at their situations, it's like,
and the bump he didn't take was he didn't actually shoot a gun. He didn't actually. It was times that in the transcripts you could see where they was like, "Yo, you hold this gun," or threw guns in his lap, and he was like, "I'm too famous to get out holding a gun." He says that in some of his transcripts about some of the things that he's done. Yeah, you understand? Don't hold the gun no more, because guess what? We seen Shine hold the gun, and we seen Shine do 10 years. So now nigga going, I could just be around it, but I ain't gonna hold no guns. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna fuck with my people who in the hood. But now he's the evolution of it that make you realize that you can't even hang with these niggas because you ain't gotta hold the. But guess what? That's just. That evolution is not all that next step in the evolution. It's very rare that niggas is prepared for life on step 2, bro. Like you start off at step 1. By the time you take your next step, it's your final step. That's very, very rare in shit. So for this nigga to be the step 2 in a situation, in reality, like even if you want to go Bobby Shmurda, like Shmurda was still in the hood doing shit himself.
I forgot about him. I'm like, shit. That
but Bobby Shmurda was still in the hood doing shit himself. Niggas knew Bobby Shmurda was still who he was in these streets. Tekashi wasn't nobody in the street. Shmurda was actually somebody in the street. So if you want to go, he was the first instance of the situation because Shine outdates who these young niggas is. Cool. Bobby Shmurda was the first case. He was a nigga who was actually active in the streets. So Tekashi was like, yo, I ain't going to actually be active. I'm going to just fuck with the streets. Cool. He fucks with him and he realized that it's just almost like you have to disassociate yourself at home. If you from Brooklyn and you know mad Brooklyn Bloods, Crips, you from Compton, you from Inglewood, you from Watts, whatever you from, and you just know mad niggas from the hood, even if you, that's like Kendrick. That's like really like a Kendrick, bro. That's like, imagine Kendrick getting swooped up because he, for the To Pimp a Butterfly, it's some real gang members on that cover. Mm-hmm. Imagine if Kendrick was a nigga that got swooped up just because his associations with niggas who's really out here in these streets. Nigga literally on his album told a story about Top Dog almost killing his father because of a robbery. So you can't say this nigga ain't associated with some real ass niggas. Like, what we doing? You mean to tell me that it's not some niggas from some of these places that's still active, bro? Jeezy just did a whole documentary talking about Duncan Block and all the places. You mean to tell me it's not some niggas from Duncan Block that's still active?
I wouldn't say that. I think
it's a pick and choose who you gonna so happen to go after with this.
Yeah, and I feel like to pick and choose, I do feel like you kind of put yourself in a spot. Like you even said with Kendrick, I feel like you do kind of put yourself in a spot where you're dealing with the ones who are active like that. Like you can't, like you're not gonna distance to throw away.
Even my neighbors think I'm selling dope. Like we forget J. Cole's house actually got raided because of the niggas he seen there, or because of the niggas the neighbors seen there.
Yeah.
How do we distinguish this? Like why is hip hop's art?
I don't know. I feel like at some point
Kendrick won a Pulitzer and talks about.
I know, and I think with Kendrick's also the same way, like, or I guess a little bit of Kendrick's difference to me, I guess, as far as him and like Tekashi is like, Kendrick has never, I guess, presented like I am, like out here like that. I am a product of this environment, and I'm gonna tell my story for my, I don't know, like my environment or whatever. I think Blicky Sticky Man also acted like he was really with the shits as well. I think that is a bit of an issue in the hip hop community, as far as how his issues have gone legally. I feel like Kendrick, at least at some smart point, is like, look, bro, like I love y'all, I fuck with y'all, like as my family, as my homies, but I cannot necessarily associate in this depth of a nigga who's literally out here yesterday so dope, where I feel like, oh boy, might have literally been like, all right, man, I'm gonna get off stage, I'm gonna go hang out with this nigga who I know just so dope, just shot somebody, so now I can be like, I just feel like he didn't make, I'm not saying you have to necessarily get rid of those people, but you put yourself in a spot where it's like, okay, bro, like if you're not gonna allow me to put you on so you can just join the team the right way, then I gotta just nigga, like, because it's gonna come down, you gonna get cracked on you, and like he didn't separate himself. At least that's how I view it. I don't know if that's, once again, I haven't paid attention too much to this shit. You've told me more today than I knew shit all week, but I do think that might, if I'm looking at this just from what little I know, I kind of feel like that might have been his shit. But I don't know if Kendrick was out here like, you know, living the dream as well. But
no, and I'm not saying that. I'm not even. Please don't think that I'm saying.
No,
that.
Yeah,
I'm not saying for you. I'm saying for those that are listening.
Yeah, I feel like that might have been. He just made. That's what I'm saying. Like he made.
I
goofy nigga mistakes.
I get it. I just still think that how we pick and choose and what people are picking and choosing in hip hop to use as life in what they're choosing and allowing to be art is based on palette. Like, it's based on what I like to see and what I'm okay with. If I'm an FBI agent, or if I'm the hip hop police, or if I'm these people, it's what I'm okay with. Like, like we look back and Uncle Luke and these guys got knocked for ass. Like ass. They had to go to the Supreme Court for ass.
Yeah.
No, in reality, think any beach that you go to in life, you see ass.
Them niggas was the first nigga to suffer cancel culture or to beat it.
They had to create the parental advisory sticker.
Yep.
But that's because of ass.
Everybody love ass.
But this my thing though, booty. Like real booty. Like booty more important than water, man. Booty more important. Booty.
It's always weird like this.
Yeah.
Like these like politics and fucking like.
So that's my whole thing is that what we're allowing them to prosecute from hip hop is kind of weird to me. Like when do we stop letting them prosecute booty in hip hop?
These motherfuckers are up here talking about ass. Ray Charles was blind, fucking shooting heroin in the bathroom with Margie.
Everybody's talked about ass.
Fucking her and putting her head in the toilet, but I can't listen to Luke.
Come on.
It's terrible.
And this is my thing is that after these guys get snatched up, it's like, oh, he's a snitch. Nigga, he was an actor. Y'all invested too much in an actor.
Well, yeah, with that,
like I would never take Idris Elba to the hood and make him move in and like get him put on my hood. I would never see Idris Elba from Takers and be like, yo, bro, I got a credit union downtown.
Well, no, yeah, I do feel like there's not enough just mirroring on the niggas who are in the life. Like nobody, I'm not gonna judge nobody for the lifestyle that was given to you, but you had to know, my nigga, like I'm not gonna bring this regular ass nigga into the fucking into the fray.
I'm not gonna let niggas take the gangsters.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Like you not. Nobody in there was like, "Hey man, does anybody think it's really dumb to have this nigga around?"
I just think it's 100% their fault to be like, "Yo, nigga." I think that he should have been a nigga that was like, "Meet us at the studio and then leave the studio."
Mm-hmm.
Meet us at the studio, then leave the studio. Like, if you that much of an artist, listen to us in the studio say gang words and say gang things, and maybe that was what he said, or maybe that was enough to get him caught up in shit. But to me, I just think like, I don't know. If I got a nigga who do certain shit, that's just what I'm going to do. Like, I'm going to keep you in the environment of what you do. If you're a rapper, I'm going to keep you in a rap environment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, if a nigga do math well, I'm not going to just take him to the car wash. I don't know. I don't even know why that makes sense. But it's just, he don't do that well.
No, I do think that
you do math well, I'm not taking you to a spelling bee.
I'm not trying to like, oh yeah, man, like you guys should have kept your fucking drug and murder activities. But if that's what you're going to do, my nigga, like, you do not bring the non-drug murder nigga.
I just don't bring certain people around certain situations, and I think it's more so on the niggas that is involved in shit, bro. Like, if you don't want somebody to know something, the old saying is, if I don't tell you, you can't testify against me. The less you know, the better it is.
Mm-hmm.
Every saying that comes from criminals goes back to the less you know. I don't take certain people certain places because I don't want them to know that. Because number one, it might hurt them to know that. In more ways than one.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't think that them niggas are getting enough criticism. Like, I know it's funny that, like, even me personally, like, I've made fun of Tekashi and all this shit, but it's like, bro, somebody gotta look back at these niggas like,
everybody just keep going, you know what you signed up for. Maybe the nigga didn't. He didn't.
Even them, like, you niggas knew. Or here's
y'all knew what y'all was signing that nigga up for.
You knew what you signed up for when you put a nigga
but
in
that
here
little
that was
nigga
not
ain't
that
know
nigga.
that he was signing up for the blickies and the stickies.
Here's the thing. At anything, you knew. I don't know, like, what's the United States Army, the biggest gang in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking military. You know, like, this nigga made it through basic and all this great shit. But you know good and fucking well that
he's not a Navy SEAL.
Bro, you know, Sergeant, what the fuck? That nigga will clear out an entire fucking village by himself. This nigga here has been struggling to load this gun since basic. Like, you kind of, like, you just, like, you know, he's a good soldier. He's, you know.
He follows directions well. He finishes laps on time.
I'm not a soldier, but you look at all these goofy-ass movies. There's one nigga who's a fucking higher up, but you know what he does? He files papers, and he shines the general's shoes, but that nigga has never popped a gun. So you kind of, to criticize them, like, you niggas, even if you wanted him here, you should have put him in a place where he couldn't fuck with y'all.
100%.
Yeah.
Everybody has a role. I've been involved in things that was just like, hey, we gonna steal some candy out the store. I just need you to go distract the cashier. They didn't ask me to put no Snickers in my pockets.
9 times out of 10, they just told you to go
distract.
They didn't even
the
tell you
cashier.
what they was gonna do. They said, go over here and fuck with her.
Yeah, go talk to the cashier real quick.
Come on and do that funny. Like, you didn't even do that funny thing. You do go over there and do that funny thing to her.
That was it. They didn't even. We would walk out and it would be 3 candy bars, and they would take 2, and I would get 1, and it would be like, yo, this is.
When did y'all shut up, man?
When did y'all get that?
Shut
Hey,
up.
man, don't worry about it. And that's just how it went. Niggas would never tell me what part of what I was doing was they getting the candy bars. I just knew we would leave out with candy bars. Some niggas just know they leave out with candy bars. I don't know, somebody gonna be like, y'all know y'all didn't have no money when y'all went to get candy bars. No, I didn't know. I never lived in that nigga pocket. I never dug in his pocket when I picked him up. That's like a nigga being like, you knew he had a gun on him. That's like if I got my gun with me while I'm in your car. You like, I never digged in his man bag. I don't know that he had his gun with him. That's just life. So for some niggas, I feel like we gotta stop being like, yo, this nigga's snitching. Maybe he telling. Telling is for civilian ass niggas. If you a civilian, and this is the whole point. If you a civilian, telling is for you. The police is for you.
I just thought about, like, I know people like criticize like him still, I'm sure, but like we got a whole movie on like Frank Lucas, who like,
You niggas ain't never seen Donnie Brasco?
oh yeah,
You niggas ain't never seen Donnie Brasco, huh?
has anybody never seen that?
I think maybe because this concept is so far-fetched of a nigga infiltrating something and then making it all go down, this is so far-fetched. Niggas, have y'all never seen Donnie Brasco? Fuck Frank Lucas. Donnie fucking Brasco. This man infiltrated the fucking mob and made the whole La Costa Nostra fall.
He knew what he did, signed up for. His whiteness then kicked in.
Who was that?
Kyrie. And he telling it all.
Kyrie, we agree to disagree. I don't think people fully know what they're getting themselves into when they come to the hood. Like, when they come to dabble in the certain parts of our culture, I don't think people know what they're doing. That's like when you see white people try to cook gumbo. You don't fully know what the fuck is going on over here. You seen it, and it look good, and it look interesting, and you want something to do with it. Now you trying to fuck around and do it your goddamn self, and you about to fuck up $100 worth of goddamn seafood.
I don't even know what that looked like, but I got legit like irritated, offended, like at the thought of that. Like,
Bro, think about this. Like, to me, that's the same thing. Is this a white person trying to make gumbo? This nigga tried to make gumbo, but he didn't know nothing about none of the seasonings. He just thought that if you get some water and get some seasoning and get some sausage and some shrimp and some rice and throw it all in there together, it was going to taste a certain way. No. Hell no. That's what the problem is.
So what's wrong with you motherfuckers right
That's
now?
really
man?
what's wrong with these motherfuckers right now, man. Niggas really be thinking that you can just add this. They don't understand the intricacies of certain shit. Yes, if I love Mexico, but if I go to Mexico right now, I'm being cautious about shit. You know why I'm being cautious? Because I don't know the intricacies of this shit. So I don't want to run around run into a Mexican mafia person. When I go to Chicago, I'm careful because I know if I turn my hat the wrong way, I can get killed.
Yeah. Is that on, like, cause what's Tekashi, like 20 whatever? 20 something?
21.
He's 21?
Yeah, that nigga's a kid.
Okay.
He
So that's-
literally
no,
just
so
was
that's
able
not-
to start drinking when he started rapping.
Okay, cool. That actually plays into this point. So is that 100% on him, or is that on, I don't know, whatever OG that was or was not there to, like, because that seems like to be a topic in hip hop, and in our, like, there is not a vanguard. Like, to me, you and me seem like fucking anomalies half the time when niggas talk. That there is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 motherfuckers who were of the old guard to be like, look, you might not run this exactly like I did it because you're younger, you have a different generation, but these principles are how you should run your life, nigga. Now, whatever little intricate way you want to do it as a, like, because you live in a different world, but this right here, like, there's a good blueprint of shit that I learned from niggas way older than me, and I don't know, like, sometimes it does seem like younger niggas might not have this. So is that their fault or problem to the old guard?
I think it's probably a problem to the old guard, if you ask me, because to me, TJ, I think it's three classes of niggas. I think you got OGs.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got old heads. And I just think you got old niggas. I think when you look at an old nigga just a nigga that's just around. Like, old ass nigga, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
Just an old fuck nigga. Just an old fuck nigga. The nigga that when all the real niggas, it's your sister, like, not you specifically, but you know how niggas be like, that's my sister daddy.
Yeah.
It's my sister daddy.
Mm-hmm.
The old niggas is your sister daddy. I think you got old heads. Old heads is niggas is that know something, but they got to talk so much shit to you to get to teach it to you. I don't know how y'all youngsters don't know how to change no tire. That's don't make no sense. Y'all don't know who taught y'all. Y'all don't know nothing. I tell you, boy, back in my day, I had a job when I was 13. I had a lemonade stand. I had a paper route. I worked at the oil refinery, and you be like, shut the fuck up, you old nigga. Just help me figure this out. And then you got OG niggas that just be like, yo, youngster, let me help you with that real quick, man. You got you a flat tire real quick. Let me pull up. Let me help you out with that, man. You got a jack? If not, I got one in the car. I'll show you. You got to keep you one of these youngsters to get you.
Then you gonna do it.
But see, to me, that's even some old heads though. Like to me, I was raised by the OGs. My OGs never had no problem just showing me, because the things that they were showing me for life was just the life that they lived anyway. It was just a game. So to me, my OGs ain't never had no problem with showing me none that I was fucking up on, because really they was modeling in everything that they did, the way that they walked, the way that they talked. So when they heard me saying something crazy, it didn't take them nothing to have to stop for a second and give me some game, because they was naturally doing it anyway.
True.
So to me, that's the difference. I think now you got to look at what you got and who you around. I grew up around OG niggas. You grew up around OG niggas. So when you talk to the nigga, when now for us, we easily giving a game to niggas. You look at young niggas like Bo Jackman or like a Lula the Ruler, like them is our youngins. So Christian and Angelo from Dirty Laundry, like when we see them, we just get them the game naturally, because them is our youngins. We they OGs. But we not old heads to these niggas and cursing them out. And I don't understand how y'all don't know this and this. Nah, we telling them like, nah, little bro, you got to keep a job. You got to keep some money in your pocket. You got to keep some cologne on. You got to make sure you open the door for your ladies and little shit, like whatever it is, no matter how minute. That's just OG shit, bro. Yeah. We modeling in that, so we don't take no problem for us to be able. To me, I think the nigga just went around on niggas that was modeling stand up shit even amongst each other. Like I said, the homie he poached Tekashi from one of his niggas in the hood, instead of just being like, we could all eat off this and let's just keep it going long enough that we could all get rich. Nigga was like, nah, I'm getting rich first, and the rest of y'all niggas get it how y'all live. To me, that shit come back to like just the whole dynamics of the group, bro. Yeah. And I don't think he was even a smart enough nigga to understand that. Like he look at that like, oh, Shotty taking care of me, not thinking that Shotty been knowing this nigga that he just fucked over for 15 years for me, that he don't know to look for that. He's just looking for somebody that just care for me. This nigga ain't got no pops, mom's is sick, fucking immigrant, whole life can't really go out here. These is the first niggas he's having camaraderie with. And he's seeing one nigga that's just riding for him relentlessly, unconditionally, even riding on his own homeboys for him. You think that nigga really protecting you? That's like I'm taking you around some niggas that been in some real sketchy places, and I was in that motherfucker going, yo, nah, he cool. In your head, you think, oh, my nigga E got me. My nigga E got me. But then if I was a nigga that turned around 10 minutes later and set you up with these same niggas, you wouldn't have been expecting that. To me, that's what happened to Youngin. Like,
well, no, like, yeah, like the more I you answered the same way I was thinking, because I'm just like, yeah, like the more I think about this, it's just like, sure, you can give blame to a certain degree, but I just always do kind of think of things like there's more than just this situation. Like it's a bigger blanket thing of, I don't know, that turns into a community issue though, because there's a lot of that with our shit, period.
No, without a doubt. But I just think he fell victim to the flaws of some of our community. And I'm not going to say it's a POC thing, because I think when you lump everybody in, you get the assumption that everybody OGs and everybody's situations culturally are the same. I just think he fell victim to like one of the pitfalls of like our culture that people don't be knowing about. Like everybody's snakes don't always look the same. Like you get a snake from Africa and you get a snake from Mexico, they're not going to look the same. They're going to have different patterns. They're going to have different venomous bites. They're going to have different all that shit. The habitat that a nigga came from can make him more dangerous than the next nigga.
Absolutely.
Just because you came from a hood here don't mean that it's equivalent to how dirty or how fucked up or how scandalous my hood is over here. I don't think my nigga was just equipped for that. Like, I just don't think he knew. Like,
he definitely was in some shit that he had no motherfucking business. I can see that.
Yeah, so my whole thing is like, I'm looking at this little nigga like, bro, is he snitching or is he telling? Like, he telling what the fuck happened. Y'all some dumbasses for putting him in a position to tell. I ain't. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with what he doing. I'm not condoning it, but I also think it's some accountability that's left for the niggas in the hood that brought him in.
Oh no, they definitely gotta fucking. We gotta take this shit back. We gotta do some trainings. Everybody. We gotta put some pamphlets out.
The hood need to have a convention. Y'all need to get everybody together for a weekend.
We need to call HR. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go down to North Carolina or something, get a cabin.
Yeah,
and sit everybody down and be like, these
are
the hood rules.
What's that shit? You can go to nice Hyatt. You know what I'm saying?
Get a continental breakfast.
Yeah, something like that.
Just some bagels and muffins.
Yeah, all the bloods got to just come together and get
hey, man, you heard what happened while we having the convention, right? No, what happened, man? Somebody snitched. That's why we having the convention.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, like you need to get you one of them.
Yeah, it needs to be pamphlets and shit.
Yep, handouts, little notebooks that they can keep with them while they gang banging.
PowerPoints.
A lot of PowerPoint. PowerPoint's powerful.
PowerPoints, guest speakers.
Because you get your point across in a powerful way. That's why it's a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
That's really a good thing to do. I guess that's the end of the episode, y'all. It's about to be 5 o'clock.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Y'all follow on Instagram, Snapchat, just a dope ass pod, just dope ass podcast. Kyrie, keep on making comments. What is Kyrie saying now? Hurry up, Kyrie, close out the show.
That's a hard 20. I forget. I'm reading this shit late. That's
All right,
21.
it's taking us too long to read it.
It is,
so,
man. But
thank
shout out
y'all
to
again.
Kyrie. Shout out to the Good News Gang. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to the family, man. Shout out to everybody. Thank y'all for listening. Y'all tune in. Listen on Snapchat or Snapchat. Listen on Snapchat.
Listen
on
Snapchat
Apple.
too.
Listen on SoundCloud, Spotify. Also find us here on the Good News app. Y'all can stream
we
us
on
or any
iHeart
other
too?
show. We on iHeart as well.
I guess.
Shout out to iHeartRadio.
Yeah,
Y'all
shit,
must.
they like
I
fucking-
didn't know we was on iHeart. We on iHeart as well.
I
But
found
shout
that
out
shit
to
out the
y'all.
other day, nigga. Googled. I was like, oh shit, we out here, nigga. We pumping.
Lady.
All right, y'all.
All right,
Peace.
gone.